The Bible. Is it hard to understand?
When it comes to reading the Bible, the first thing that comes to mind is the fact that this is the Word of God.
The seals have been broken, and the truth is here.
And when we go throughout the scriptures, when we go throughout extra biblical records, we find that the language that God employed, that He used to create the heavens and the earth, was the Hebrew language.
Christ said, I came for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. But yet no one, no religious leader, no religious church out there anywhere can now identify the 12 tribes of Israel. Can we? God is quite simple, but it seems as if man makes understanding Him hard.
What are those mysteries?
The truth of your book and the truth will make you free. The Hebrew and Bible Academy, you're invited.
Shalom, shalom.
Life took us separate ways. Both did some hurtful things, but it's not over. You know that we both care. So can we forgive and forget? I need you here. Remember the ups and downs, the trials we've been through. See, there is no one on this earth who can replace you, my brother. Life is too short, don't hold no grudges. You are my blood. We must forgive and love each other. No matter what life throws at us, we must keep brotherly love.
Searched high and low.
Searched high and low.
Where did you go?
Pick up your phone. Oh, brother, do you hear me calling? See, I apologize. Hey, this bond will never die. Remember the ups and downs, the trials we've been through. So I'll keep on dialing. I'll go till I get through to you, brother. Life is too short, don't hold no grudges. You are my blood. We must forgive and love each other. No matter what life throws at us, we must keep brotherly love. Brothers, not enemies. Let's come together for the family. Let's walk as one, forgive and let it go. We need to let it go. This dance has been killing me for so long. Time that we find a way to move on. Starting today, 'cause our battles are in vain. Life is too short, don't hold no grudges. You are my blood, and we must forgive and love each other. No matter what life, no matter what
brotherly love
we still love.
will still love.
You know I love you. I love you, brother.
Come on in.
Life is too short, don't hold no grudge. You know I love you, my brother, you know. We must forgive and love. I love you, brother. No matter what life throws at us, we love. We must keep love. I love you, brother.
That's right, brotherly love. Hey, that's right. All praises be to the Most High. The Most High gave me that song, Maestro. He did his composition with it. He composed with me, and I did that overseas, and that song resonates even till this day. If that song interests you, you can always go to royaltymusicbyshepherd.com, and you can download that, Music with the Purpose. We have a lot coming for that, okay? Now, I know you all are wondering, Elder, what are you doing here tonight, right? Because I got to be on tomorrow. But this is a prelude for our tomorrow's broadcast. What I wanted to do is talk to the elders about what we have going, segueing into Elder Aria's preparation discussion this evening. He's going to start around 8 o'clock, 8:30. I'm going to take a few phone calls. There's so much going on right now. So I just thought that I would come on, introduce the elders, discuss a few things, what's coming, and what you can look forward to as far as the help with the church, what we can do to come together before they begin to close the door and come against and lock things down on our people throughout the four corners of the earth. So this is where you keep your eyes peeled all the way up through the election and more, okay? Do not get distracted out there. Keep your focus on where the Most High sent you from the beginning. Here at the Gathering of Christ Church, keep your eye on the mission. Okay, and I have the elders on standby. I'm going to bring them in one moment. But first, I'm going to talk about what I'll be discussing tomorrow. Then I'll segue over to the elders. I have the elders here, and they can tell you exactly where to go right after this broadcast. Right after this broadcast, I would like you all who've been following the Gathering of Christ Church, all you brothers and sisters, you members, and those who are yet to be baptized, go straight from here to GOCC Media. You don't want to miss that particular broadcast with the elders. These are the elders I've been with since the beginning, overseas, have traveled throughout the four corners of the earth, and they have a lot to tell you this evening. So I'm going to just segue from this to over there, okay? But before I do that, let me make an announcement. We are in week 3 of our Hebrew and Bible Academy. We went through, first and foremost, the creation of the universe, week 1. Week 2, we just went through tracing the serpent seed, all right? Next week, the promises of Abraham. We're going to go into it. Abraham, the top Chaldee, the wisdom of Abraham, who began to teach the Egyptians. We have that history and more. And then we'll go into the New Testament and show you how the Christians tried to flip the script. Under the Roman replacement theology, they tried to do what? Make it where there would only be one group of people viewed as God's people in the earth, them, and call everyone else Gentiles in the earth, claiming Abraham. Now, is the Edomites or the Europeans, are they from Abraham? Absolutely. But it's not through Jacob. Okay. The Europeans today are Esau. Okay. They're from Esau. So they are from Abraham. Okay. Then it was Isaac. Isaac had 2 sons, Esau and Jacob. They're Edomites. So they are from Abraham. All right. So they did a replacement theology when the Edomites gained control of this earth. Okay. And they taught a theology that they're the people, and by default, everyone else on the outside of them are Gentiles, and the only way that they can be accepted is through a white Jesus. That's right. The white Jesus was their plan too. Even though the the people who are claiming to be the people do not accept him. So we're going to go into that lie, that replacement theology, how they claim if you have the faith of Abraham or you have faith in Christ, you are actually an Israelite, a spiritual Israelite. That and more. We're going to totally put everything on the table. We're going to show you the theology, where it comes from. That's right. The promises of Abraham, the promised seed, this coming Sunday. I would like to see you there, okay? And we're going to start way back. We're going to start over the Middle East and show you where Abraham, through the Spirit of God, God Almighty, Ahiah is his name. That's right. Gave Abraham the knowledge to teach the Egyptians. All the top Egyptian schools came from the knowledge of our forefathers. And I'm going to prove that this coming Sunday. Go to historytimes.org. Hope to see you there. Now, before I bring the elders in, right? Before I bring the elders in, let me show you what I'll be talking about tomorrow. This is what we're going to be discussing tomorrow, okay? The broadcast tomorrow will be titled right here, "The Media Demonizing Black People." Is the media demonizing black people intentionally, will be the question. Now, we're going to put it out there and we're going to see if it's so or not. What type of imagery does the mainstream media tends to typically push when it comes to our people? And we're going to put it out there. Okay, we're not going to make no assumptions. We're going to look at what's being promoted right now. And I want you, brothers and sisters, to call in tomorrow and be honest. Are we being portrayed in a righteous light, or are they purposely demonizing us? And I'm going to show you something here. I'm going to show you something real quick. I'm going to talk about this tomorrow and more. But before I do that, folks, there's a lot going on with Aries Spears, and Tiffany Haddish. And I'm going to touch on it real quick. Now, tomorrow we'll be going into a lesson, media demonizing blacks. But right now, tonight, myself and the elders, we're going to segue over to GOCC Media for those who are here, that it's time to prepare for what's coming. Our topic today, and it's really intertwined with our broadcast tomorrow, okay? That we need to start preparing for what's coming, because first the demonization comes and then the destroying comes. So there's a reason why they portray us in a negative light publicly first. So don't think these two don't go together, with them talking about our people in a negative light every time, every chance the media gets. But I digress. Bernie Mac must have known something. What did Bernie Mac know? I wonder. Bernie Mac didn't like children. He didn't like when the producers behind the scene was trying to get children to sit on his lap. Now, we're going to show you how the synagogue of Satan, brothers and sisters, operate. Bernie Mac wasn't going for it, because here it is. They'll usually film something and show you the star in a negative light later, not showing you the real handlers behind producing certain productions. Bernie Mac wasn't having it. And maybe that's why they had to replace him publicly. That's right. With others. That's right. They had to replace him publicly with others. Because let's see how Bernie Mac felt about producers working behind the scene to make him look like he has an affinity for children. Fair use.
Actually, on the left. No, no.
Abby, isn't Jeremy on the other side?
Where am I? I'm gonna show you.
Ow!
All right, Bernie.
Now we have to find out who is this woman and what's her persuasion and why she continually is attempting to put children on Bernie Mac's lap. Because when the video comes out later, she'll be nowhere to be found.
Daddy.
Actually,
pro-
on the lap. You're sitting.
Did you wait?
No, no.
Abby, isn't Jeremy on the other side?
Where am I? I'm gonna show you.
Ow!
All right, Bernie. He's actually gonna sit on your
No,
lap. No?
no.
Okay.
No.
We have another apple box.
put
We can
your
sit right
shoulder.
there.
Up real steady.
Actually,
pro-
on the lap. You're sitting.
Did you wait?
No, no.
Abby, isn't Jeremy on the other side?
Where am I? I'm gonna show you.
Ow!
All right, Bernie. He's actually gonna sit on your
No,
lap. No?
no.
Okay. Do we have
Folks, do you see how Hollywood does this, folks? Now, you have this woman right here. I'm going to show you. We have this woman right here working. I don't know who paid her to do this, but she kept insisting on this boy sitting on. She kept insisting that this boy sit on Bernie Mac's lap. And Bernie Mac is like, no, 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 no. Put him over there. I'm not into that. See, but suppose he would have allowed this to happen. And then this little boy come back 10, 12 years later and claim that someone did something or whatever the case, or make an accusation. I need y'all to see this. Now, I'm going to talk about this more tomorrow. But that leads us to where I'm going at right here before I segue over with the elders real quick. Real quick. Bear with me. I want to show you how they do this, brothers and sisters. I'm going to show you how it's done. How the enemy plants seeds and does all types of things to actually portray our people in a negative light. Now, let me make it clear that I, for no reason, excuse any negative behavior out there when it comes to children and all those other things. No, I don't agree with any of it. I don't agree with any of it. But the media, it seems like the media strategically plays games. They sit on stuff for a long period of time. They sit on things and release it when they need the material to destroy people. Do y'all hear what I'm showing you here? And I'm going to go into this tomorrow, because this is what y'all didn't understand, and I'm going to talk about it tomorrow. It's demonization with our image before destroying us. Everyone is talking about this Aries Spears thing. But I got my eye on this guy here. Let me show you. I'm checking this guy out. I'm not checking out Aries Spears. You know, maybe this is a cautionary tale for those who may get behind the scene and let these producers urge you into doing something that can be used against you long after you have forgotten about it. I'm going to focus on this guy. Because why? Who sits on, if you really care about children, sir, who sits on a skit portraying something that negative and heinous for 10 years? Who sits on some information like this if you cared about the children? What mother will allow their children, I don't know what's going on in Hollywood, I don't know. What mother would allow their children to play such a part? And why is it that she isn't suing, but her daughter's suing? Well, I'm going to talk about that tomorrow, because you put something out there and you think that we're going to just jump on it like we did the R. Kelly thing and everything. And the whole thing is, there's a bunch of freak scenarios going on in Hollywood, and Dave Chappelle was talking about it. So all of a sudden you find something from 10, 15 years ago and use it conveniently. I digress. But maybe you actors and actresses should understand that when you do something, you belong to the masters. Who are the masters? Revelations 2:9 and Revelations 3:9. Read it. See Aries Spears? Hold on. Let me show you something here. 1 second here. 1 second. And then I'm going to bring in the elders. 1 second. 1 second here. Man, this is wild. 1 second, y'all. Man, let me tell you, I had this whole thing up and it went blank on me, but I'm going to get it. Don't worry about it. I'll get it. 1 second. Yeah. You know how they do us, folks. But don't worry about it. I'll get it right here. I'll get it. Here it is. Here it is right here, folks. I need y'all to look at your screen. You know how they try to do us. But, I'm going to go into it tomorrow. I'll go into it tomorrow. Right? Right here. See, Aries Spears came out and said something against one of their top agents of chaos. Lizzo fans blast Aries Spears for unprovoked fat shaming jokes about the singer. Now, this was just last week, folks. And this is what happens when you mess with the handler's puppets. When you mess with the handler's puppets, that's right. They got something for you. They got something for you. What they have for you? You got it. Now, I want y'all to check this out real quick. This is what they have for you right here. This is what they have for you right here. When you go against their handlers, this is what they have for you right here. See? They always have blackmail material, allegedly. Who knows? But brothers and sisters, don't feed into it. Why? Because there was somebody behind producing these skits that they will never show you. The same way a woman tried to get a boy to sit on Bernie Mac's lap. Now, why Aries Spears? Well, we know why they want something on Aries Spears, right? Black man, black image, and he's speaking to the negative images that are out there, right? But why would they try to take down Tiffany Haddish, I wonder? Why? Maybe, I don't know, allegedly. A matter of fact, it's not alleged. On Jewish circulations, it's actually stated on many programs Tiffany Haddish has gone on. She states that as a black Jewish mom, Tiffany Haddish bat mitzvah is deeply inspiring. Tiffany Haddish for years was saying that she was a black Jew. She's an Israelite and she knows she's an Israelite. How many of y'all knew that? How many of you knew that she knew that she was an Israelite? Did y'all know that? Did y'all know that? Did y'all know that? Now, I'm going to touch on this more tomorrow. You don't want to miss the broadcast tomorrow. Why does the media continue, or do they purposely demonize black people? Will be the question tomorrow night. And I want you all to call in. A lot of y'all didn't know that. What happened when Whitney Houston and Bobby Brown went over to Dimona, Israel, not Africa, Israel, and was baptized? No sooner they did that and said that they were Israel, the media began to come against them. So I'm going to tell you, folks, it's up to us whether or not we're going to allow them to create a story out there that's been out there for over a decade. Okay? If they really cared about those children, we should have been seeing this skit, because we would have not only looked at Tiffany Haddish or that guy, and that skit isn't good at all, and it's as bad as it can get, but this is the way the producers and those that were included with it wanted it. So don't come after these two who are just puppets in front of a screen if you're not going to go after the handlers and all the producers and everyone that was behind the skit. We're not going for it no more, because the demonization leads to them attacking our people who have nothing to do with any of it. That's what the demonization does. It allows them to portray us in a negative image where now we become the face of child lovers. Not the Podestas from England, okay? Not those who have full islands with them doing all types of stuff allegedly to children. Not Hollywood, where others and came out, and even people in Hollywood like Corey Feldman, and said, well, listen, we need to do something about what's going on in Hollywood and with children. So it's people, it's leaders who can stand, sound the trumpet to actually give a righteous perspective, to give a view so that we can look at everything equally. Don't try to make black people the face of something that you are pushing and have promoted. And there's another story behind this story, allegedly. It's the mother, why she cannot actually sue, and her daughter's suing. That and more will be discussed tomorrow. Why do they continually demonize our people and make us the negative face of everything? And why do our people buy it? Why do we buy it all the time and carry their water? I need to know who was holding on to that video. Who was holding on to that video, sir, for about a decade? Since y'all want to release stuff, and you can if you would like, because you have your property to be able to use it when it's needed. Who would hold on to a video like that? How many people seen it before it came out? Who would, sir? So don't try to come out unless you're ready to do a video on Woody Allen or Elvis. We don't want to hear it. Unless you're ready to do a full video on Elvis and all the little girls he was running around dealing with. Woody Allen, who adopted an underprivileged Asian girl as a child, then married her. And who knows allegedly how long it was, what was going on in that home. We're not buying it. Because what I'm talking about is deeper than just a skit. It's deeper than a skit. And see, real leaders would normally get in front of this, like the NAACP or Reverend Al Sharpton. Real leaders would get in front of this and say, how can you talk anything about what's going on with our people? Don't you got enough dirt going on in your spot? So for those who missed it, I'm going to short one more time and then I'm going to bring on the elders. For those who missed it, one moment. For those who missed it, look what this woman is trying to do with Bernie Mac, brothers and sisters. I need y'all to check this out. Look what this woman is trying to do with Bernie Mac. Hold on, let me see if I can pull that video up again. Once more. Let me get it. For those who missed it. Yeah, here it is. Here it is. Here it is right here. So hey brothers and sisters, I'm up in front of this stuff, right? Because the devil doesn't do anything unless it's behind a programming system to demonize or attack. Usually there's an agenda behind when they drop something. Okay? Here it is. They got everybody believing that R. Kelly was sent up for dealing with underage girls when he's under a RICO charge. Why didn't y'all charge him for pedophilia? If it was about underage girls, there's laws on the books with statutory rape and all that. Why didn't? Because they couldn't. But our people, we buy anything the media say to demonize our people. And this is not to excuse him, because you lay down with snakes, and you'll get bit. Okay? But let's show you this real quick.
Daddy.
Look what they're trying to do.
On the lap. You're
Look.
sitting.
She say sit on the lap.
Wait,
No.
Abby, isn't Jeremy on the other side?
Where am I? I'm gonna show you. Ow!
Look what this woman is trying to do.
Gonna sit on Mary.
She's trying to get a...
No? Okay. Do we have
See, she must understand the future agendas. This was way back before they were pushing what they're pushing today. Now, imagine if Bernie Mac would have allowed this woman to put a boy on his lap like this.
Daddy.
You notice no sooner as Michael Jackson died, some people Survive in Netherlands came out. Now, what would have happened if Bernie Mac would have allowed this to happen?
Actually,
on the lap? You're sitting.
did you wait?
No.
Abby, isn't Jeremy on the other side?
Where am I? I'm gonna show you.
These are your
Ow.
producers.
All right, Bernie. He's actually gonna sit on your
No,
lap. No?
no.
Okay. Do we have it?
No, get over here, young man. You ain't no sitting on. You a grown boy. You ain't sitting on my lap.
Daddy.
Actually, on the lap. You're sitting.
I need y'all to see how the producers do this, brothers and sisters.
Abby, isn't Jeremy
No.
on the other side?
Where am I? I'm gonna show you. Ow! All right, Bernie. He's actually gonna sit on your lap.
No,
No?
no.
Okay. Do we have
Brothers and sisters, we have to stop allowing the media to shape a negative narrative, and we have to stop carrying their water every time they pull out some old videos that can be used as some type of leverage to destroy people. Why? If you cared about those children, you would have brought this tape out when it happened, and not went after Tiffany Haddish or Ari Spears. You would have went after the writers and those who produced it, like this woman who was trying to get a boy to sit on Bernie Mac's lap. That's right. Cut it, paste it, like it, share it. We're not going forward. Now let me pull in the elders. Tomorrow night is going to be real. But let me pull in the elders. Hold on, elders. Okay, elders, how y'all doing?
Shalom. Doing all right.
Turn on your mic, Elder Yurok. Elder Yurok, yeah. You see what they trying to do with demonization out there? Anything y'all have to say before we break out? Because I'm going to just take one or two phone calls. I'm going to take one or two phone calls, and then 515-605-9327. You know, because you see the trick game they're trying to play against our people, demonizing before destroying us. But go on. What do y'all have to say on that real quick before I segue it over to GOCC Media?
One thing that crossed my mind here, well, that's just two, but the whole deal is, number one, there's no child a grown man should have on his lap. But of course, there's another issue here. You notice that the children must be groomed, because I don't know. I think I was younger than 10 when I knew not to sit on a grown man's lap. This boy, he looked like he about to have a license soon.
Well, you know,
something's wrong here.
I mean, there's no proof of that allegedly, that there's some grooming going on. But what I will say, it has to be something they're used to doing, because he would have done it if Bernie Mac would not have said anything. See what I'm saying?
Right.
So where's the parents at? I mean, but go ahead. I just want to put that out there, because I want them to think that we're making any accusations, but go on.
Right. Well, let's put it this way. it's a little strange and mysterious that someone that of that age, he doesn't look like he's just came out the womb no time soon.
Yeah.
Would have, just he just waiting for his opportunity, it looked like, to sit down like it's normal. So I would have been, if I was even 10 years of age and some lady said, hey, go sit on this grown man's lap, I don't care who they are. I'd have looked at her like she was crazy and told her to get out my face, even at less than 10 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So
Exactly.
it's a little weird, but this is Hollywood, so.
Exactly. Anything you have to say on that, Elder Aria?
Well, I just hate the fact how they always painting our people in a negative image, when the thing is, we've traveled the earth, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I've seen, where we've traveled, a whole culture that's like that, one to put little boys next to them and things like that. You understand, and of course we know through our studies that Muhammad and his followers was doing a lot of weird stuff. The Romans was doing a lot of weird stuff, but we are the only people who gets backlash and get on the media for such a thing, when, to be honest, the whole reason the Most High told us to not be like the Gentiles is because they've been doing this stuff. So, but we're the people, that's getting broadcast, on TV with the stamp on our back as if we are just a poster child for all of these things, when really it's been them the whole time with their rituals and everything.
Well, I'm going to touch on that tomorrow. I don't want to let too many cats out of the bag right here, right?
Yes, sir.
But before I go on, right, you see that lion bread, Christ-led logo behind Elder Yarac, and I'm sure he's going to talk about that. And that's an outstanding brand. And matter of fact, we have the white hoodies and all that. We have the equipment. I Am Royal Fashions. We're going to begin I Am Royal Fashions with the launch of Elder Yarac's Lion Bread, Christ-led. So if you'd like to talk about that, where they can actually find, we're going to launch this at Tabernacles in a few weeks. But if you'd like to talk about that real quick, Elder Yarac.
Yes, sir. So that's just, the concept is basically, for those who didn't hear it prior, it's basically like this. Like, of course, there's dynamics in the birth of people that are Judites and so forth, but that's just on the surface level. This is really for all people that have, especially in these last days, they've been marginalized, pushed to a corner with their freedom of speech in a country that's supposed to be free. And but they were born for this purpose, to speak out against injustice. And it tells you in the Apocrypha, there were certain people that the Most High had born into the earth to do just that, to reprove the wicked. So the whole concept of Lion Bread Christ-led is also attached to the name of the company, which is Lion Born. So you can go on YouTube if you want, Lion Born Graphics. We have a few videos on there. Or you can go to Lion Born Fashion Hub on Instagram, and you'll see these concepts being relayed from time to time. Not anything heavy on the scriptures and things like that, because that's the church's position. This is more so, just working towards the positivity of people in these last days, keeping them in a proper mindset when it comes to, listen, it's not your job to be in the corner. That's not what your job is. Let the other plebs do that. Your job is to speak out for the wrongs in this earth. You were born for it, and you were set to die for it if need be, like Christ. So exactly. You can't be afraid of everyone that threatens this or that. And your job is to really just speak out against these injustices. Non-violent, but nonetheless, listen, you were chosen for this, brother or sister. Even the clothing line, I'm getting a lot of likes from sisters with the white hoodies and everything.
Yeah.
So listen, they understand this is also for them too. A lioness is still a lion, okay? Yeah. So I want to put that out there. And we got limited stuff at the soft launch we're going to do at Tabernacles. So it's probably going to go fast. We got a couple Most High willing little things to go along with it for the first 10 and for so forth. But that's something else. I just wanted to say, make sure you're there. If it, bright and early when it hit. Because we're getting a lot of great feedback. We got something else coming in the winter. We're gonna save that. I'm not dropping that. But this is really just a rally call for everyone. We got to stop getting pushed in the corner here. We ain't got much time left. This is time to show out. This is time to do your job.
Exactly.
All right. And that's it. Just want to put that out there real quick. Make sure you're there.
Exactly.
All right.
And I want to say this. It's not just a man thing. Whatever we do for men is for women too. We can even have husbands and wives sets, lions and lionesses, right? There's that the concept, even when it comes to the babies, you know, a lion's whelp or a lion's cub, right? So it's so many dynamics we can have here for the full family. Everything we do for the man, there will be a matching hoodie or matching shirt for or blouse or something for the sisters. We have to let everyone know it's a family dynamic. This is not just men, okay? It's man, woman, family, and this is how a nation is built. And it doesn't matter your race, it doesn't matter. We need to bring back family, and we're not going to do nothing for just men, okay? We all need to support one another, and everything we do for a man, even when it comes to I Am Royal fashions, it'll be for women and children. Christ is looking for what? He's looking for us to build back family before he returns. Thank you. And we're going to be talking about this. I believe this lion bred Christ led, because you went into a store the other day and someone seen the brand and asked, "What?" I need you to give that story you told me real quick before I go to REI when you was at Staples or you had a store. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Well, really, that's a story of patience too, brothers and sisters, because it was one of them days. I was just getting some posters made up. Let me see if I got some posters made up here for the display. I don't know if you can see how well you can see that with this whole thing, but I got them made up for the display. And at first, initially, it was a brother. He told me come back in a half hour, right? I gave him the USB. He told me, okay, it's on there. I see it. I come back half an hour. Long story short, he said it wasn't on there now. He said, I guess I got it mixed up with another USB. Anyway, half hour comes. I'm patient. I said, okay, I'll be back in 15 to 20. So he said 15 and 20, shortening the conversation. I get back 15 and 20. It's still not ready. So I'm sitting there. And I'm getting, starting to have that impatience thing working. I already went to the store and all that. But in my back of my head, and it must have been the Most High, he said, listen, it was like my thought said, be patient. You never know. He might be interested in the brand. You won't believe what happened. I literally am telling him, it's okay, brother. It's all good. I appreciate it. He shows me the post, and he said, man, is this your brand? And I said, yes, sir. And he said, oh man, where can I get it?
Look at that.
He says, I gotta buy this. And I was like, okay. So I gave him, my Instagram and so forth. And the brother now follows me and everything. So my thing is that this is a lesson of patience, but it also showed me, because I really didn't think much of it. I was just trying to, see this thing grow. But it seems like there's a lot of positivity over it. We just have to promote it properly and make sure that we understand why we're doing this. Long time ago, Elder Carl said, we need things tangible. It stuck with me, and I said, let me start this thing up. I know how to do certain graphics. I'm learning marketing, and I just, decided to do it. So the Most High blesses what we put our energy into, and again, and what we're patient with, because that was a real story of patience. I was about to give him something. I was like, hold up, brother. But I was like, hey, bless you. Okay, no problem.
and one thing brothers and sisters need to know, that all the work is all in-house. We don't outsource for anything. Everything that's done is our work with our church, with our people. Everything, man, woman, and child, we're working, and the machines, everything, we have it all. I believe I Am Fashions, I Am Royal Fashions, the way we're constructing this will be something to, I'm gonna tell you, it's going to make it, it's gonna make a dent. So thank you, Eldon. I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna be nice. I can tell. And yes, the spirit you put into it, the care you put into it, and not only that, I believe this is going to be a model where we can now go to other brothers and sisters and say, listen, you don't have to go to the enemy and to those who are looking to pillage from us to actually have your brand pressed by these other people. Come to us and we'll press it out. We'll do it for you at a lower cost. Okay. All right. All right.
Hey, Elder, real quick, there's some confusion, so I want to make sure people understand. It's not on the gathering website. I'm sure we're going to have an Iron Road website soon, or whatever the case may be, but it's not on the gathering website. The thing we're talking about that's going to be a soft launch, that will be out after Trumpets. We'll have that.
Yeah, we're going to launch. We're going to launch the shirts and everything after Trumpets, and eventually he will have a banner on GOCC Network where we have all the different banners. Where if somebody want to click on that and go to his Instagram and get it, you'll be able to get it that way once he market it. But we're going to launch this during the Tabernacles, 7 days. We're going to have music during the Tabernacles, all types of things. So we're going to launch. I mean, I'm going to tell you, it's going to be something else. It's going to be like let me tell you, when it comes to the vendors and all that, it's going to be a time, that 7 days out there camping. So I can't wait for that. Thank you, Elder Yarack. Before I segue and take a few calls, matter of fact, REI, I need you to, let me take this one call and then I can ask you, REI, before we segue over to GOCC Media, what is your discussion this evening? One moment, okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Okay, we have 313 area code. 313 area code. You live with the elders of the Gathering of Christ Church. Hello?
Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Shalom to the elders.
Shalom. How are you?
From the negative perspective. Oh, man. Enjoying everything that you're doing. This year, at the top of the year, I declared in Hebrew, 22 was the manifestation of the sons of light. Everything since the telecast I've been tuning in has been everything that he has revealed. But quick for the Detroit, for the 313 area code, like you said.
Okay.
Yeah. Detroit is Little Rome. How can I prove it? Little Caesar and who owns it. Then if you look at the Little Caesar Arena, right down from it, you have Campus Martial.
Okay.
Altar, and the Field of Mars. Then the nucleus of Detroit is Greektown. Yeah. There's so much on earth on all of it. Because when I first became a pastor, he said, how you going to be a pastor in a place and you don't even know the history?
Okay.
Give me the history and all the darkness that came out of it. Was that historically in Detroit, on Devil's Night, October 30th, it was where houses was burnt up. He said, you got to know the principality that rules here, and it's called Name Rouge. The fruit of that spirit is burned down buildings. History is so dark here, and they have in the Masonic temple where they have concerts. It's dresses up and declares havoc over Detroit.
Hey, Pastor, I really wanted to make this a quick update, segueing into the GOCC Media, but do you mind calling in tomorrow night? Because I really want to hear the rest of what you have to say concerning some of your historical findings in Detroit. Can you call in tomorrow for us?
Yes, sir.
My man. It's good. Hey, it's good to see pastors coming into the knowledge of the faith, my brother.
Man. I love the work, man. Yes, sir.
Thank you, brother. So I'm going to be looking for your call tomorrow, okay? All right, before I take any more calls right quick, hey, look at that. We got pastors coming in this. Man, this is so wonderful. It's beautiful. Y'all see this, elders?
Yes,
Do y'all see this? Oh, let me get out. Do y'all see this?
Yes, sir.
Do you see do you hear the excitement in pastors? They all in the academy too. Pastors are coming through here, brothers and sisters.
Oh, yeah.
And see, this is why we have to hold the line for those who's going to come in to finish this work with us through the spirit of Ahaya Bashim Yeshaya Warawak. But real quick, REI, before we segue over, can you tell the brothers and sisters real quick what they can look forward to on GOCC Media in a few minutes there?
Yeah. So basically today we're going into a topic called sowing good seed in his field. And we're going to expound on, what that means and everything. But it's just basically the works and the talents that we've been given, making sure that we are, kind of comparing it metaphorically to gardening, because I have an interview that I'm going to show as well of a person that's actually sowing good seeds in this field. But just spiritually, I usually like to go into a little small lesson first before I go into an interview or whatever the case may be.
Okay.
But just making sure that we're doing what we're supposed to do, bringing forth, like Elder Rock said, his work is lying bread. Another person's may be cooking, another person's may be sewing, or another person may be teaching. Just making sure we're not sowing discourse, discord, and making sure we're not sowing evil in the field, because we're going to reap what we sow, because we're in the latter times, and we just want to make sure we're focused on positivity, not anything negative that's going out there of exposed videos of this, of that, of mess. Just making sure we're staying focused and just walking on that straight and narrow.
Yeah. So that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. And that's what it's about, bringing forth positivity, teaching the gospel of Christ. And if Christ isn't taught, it's all a lie. If it's not about the unification of the faith and enduring into the end, as we come closer to the end, it's a waste of time. And that's one thing I love about this church, the encouragement that it gives for brothers and sisters, because there's a lot of people who've been following this church just on the side, just watching, right? Because some people are skeptics and all that, but I've had many people say, listen, I've been following y'all for 7 years or 5 years, and when COVID happened, I knew where to come. Let me get baptized. Right. So it's about the sustainability and the fact that there's a lot. You think we have 100,000 people here subscribe and tens of thousands that are baptized in the church, but it's deeper than that. I believe the number of people who are truly following this church and know where to go when the clock strikes 12, I believe they all going to come out in due time and be a part of this body. Just because they're not being shown right now and saying anything, they're going to come out and they're going to be a lot of help. That's going to help our brothers and sisters, help the elders who have held the plow, who have held the work, finish what we need to continue. But I have to say thank you to you elders and everything you do. And that's why I wanted to transition for tonight, that it's a time for preparation. And I wanted to say one thing, because I would be amiss. One thing, I want to say one thing before I transition real quick. 1 second here. Real quick. Let me get that out of the way. I wanted to say that we have a brother and sister by the name, the Gaines family. They're part of the congregation. And unfortunately, their baby passed. Okay, a little boy passed, and and our prayers go out to the family, the Gaines family. And they're from the around the Chicago body. And they asked me if we can say a prayer, and we did that for the family. And also they asked if we could actually support and put out today for their GoFundMe to help, them, do a proper, send away for their baby. And I'm going to put something there, of course. But I said, you know what? Of course I will. I'm going to give you what we can give you. But if you would like to, brothers and sisters, support the family, a loyal family of the Gathering of Christ Church, the Gaines family, if you want to support them on GoFundMe, there's the link. The Bible tells us that charity covers a multitude of sins. Of course, I'm going to send something. And whoever can support that, of course, it's a sad time. But you know what? They know that the baby's waiting in the bosom of Abraham. And they're rejoicing with the fact that one day they'll see their child again. And that there's a loving church here to support and actually be there through tough times like this. So, and this is what a church is about. Through the good, bad, and all that, the preparation is all of it. That daughter of Zion will be seen again. But we have to work to the point of getting to our loved ones. And that's what the work is about. That's the importance of this church.
Sir.
That's the importance of this church. The strong must bear the infirmities of the weak. And that's what a church is about. That's what it's about. All right, elders. I move that out of the way until tomorrow. I really appreciate all you do, elders.
Hey, Elder McCall.
Yes.
Just one more thing. I'm sorry. I just want to say to our people real quick, stop thinking small. You have people in the chat, and it's kind of annoying. It's like this. we are doing these initiatives because down the line, you're going to need a lot of resources, folks, for a lot of people. Stop thinking small. Like you have somebody say, well, what about the land? Listen, we have places all over the earth right now because of initiative that this church has done while the gainsayers and critics just ran their mouth. So please stay out of our chat with that spirit, okay? We're doing this for the work. Like I said earlier, even when this came out, the inspiration even behind my brand was, just like the elders here, it was getting things tangible so that when time hits, guess what? We have solutions. So enough with the dragging us down with the rest. You just go over to conscious people if y'all don't want to deal with this righteously. Or if it's a spirit of jealousy, you got to work that out. I don't know what it is, but listen, stay positive with the elders. We're pulling for you when nobody else is. Look around, okay? So with that being said, I'm good, but I just, brothers and sisters, this is not the time.
Well,
We're in the last days.
You know what, Elder? Some people just come in to instigate or to become trolls or whatever the case is. But what I learned is, when they say all these things, we show brothers and sisters our faith by our works.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm glad we have works for others to sit around who are not doing anything to criticize. At the end of the day, Paul even said, show me your faith and I'll show you my faith by my works. And what the Most High does is he gives us these particular initiatives to do things. And we think it's for one scenario, but down the line, we realize he was seeding something greater in us to do for the people. Like we have people doing shirts, sewing, but one day we're going to have to sew our own clothes. One day we're going to have to clothe our people. But short-sightedness people, they can only see, well, what is this? What? And you know what? They don't do this when it comes to Jewish people, Chinese people, Arab people, because they expect them to do that. They don't ask, well, where the money? What you doing? No, because they expect to pay their masters. Okay? So the whole thing is, only thing they have to do is look. I mean, if you look at the church and what we did for the Philly church and how a full makeover and they coming in, and we're going to put up that video tomorrow of the sisters and brothers coming into a church. And when, guess what? We got the church from East Indians. It was ran down, wires was hanging down, no inspection. It was dirt all on the carpet, and not once were they inspected. We did a full makeover. Okay? All that cost. And guess what? When brothers and sisters walk into that church, you know what? It's a well-deserved welcome that we appreciate the body and those who are in it. So those on the outside are going to always sit and look and wonder and question, because why? That's all they do. Internet trolling and internet commenting is their work. But then you ask, okay, what are you doing? Crickets. So I don't even respond to any of that because these people have no works. They don't understand what it takes, the hard work it takes to break ground and sustain something that has longevity. And that's why Christ looked at our people and says, listen, the kingdom cometh not by observation. The kingdom is within you already. So I don't even answer to all that. My answer is to continue the work and let them view it expand so that they can look at it and say, look at how big is expand. What are you doing with the expansion? What are you doing? I want them to see it because from its infancy, when Elder Lawyer was when we were renting from a Christian church in the pit of North Philadelphia, 16th and Styles with one chalkboard. Guess what? People were watching. They were observing. And until this day, the Most High have moved this church throughout the four corners of the earth. Elder Lawyer had little twisties in his head, didn't know anything, and the Most High have turned him into a scholar. But they're still looking and still wondering. And this is why Christ says, listen, You speaking against me, can be forgiven. But blasphemy of the Holy Spirit will not be forgiven in this world or the world to come. And what is blasphemy of the Holy Spirit? When people are actually minimizing God's work in the earth. Haters. They're doing nothing but observing. And you know what? You do not get a kingdom for criticizing. You must work. You want to see our faith? I'll show you our faith by our works. What are you doing? Are you building or tearing down? And if you have any complaints, go to the Arabs you're supporting. Go to the Asians you're supporting. Okay? Because they're not putting anything back. At least we have machines where now brothers and sisters are learning to sew to actually clothe their own children, their own family. Okay? Isn't that what you want in our people? Or are you upset because our people aren't supposed to have this? We're supposed to be what? Homeborn slaves forever, complaining about anyone that's seeking to pull our people out of a pit. Keep on observing. We'll keep working.
Amen.
All right, Elder, I've spoken enough. It's your time. And listen, I'm totally, I don't have to tell you all, you elders here, how much respect I have for you all. And how proud I am of your endurance. Good, bad, up, down, it doesn't matter. You've always persevered. And guess what? I thank the Most High for you. And this is why we're going to segue over to GOCC Media. And guess what? The world is watching. Okay? Give them heaven. The devil say gives them Hell. We're going to give them heaven. Oh, yeah. They're talking about crabs in a bucket. Listen. Guess what? It's okay. Why? Because when you work, you are above the bucket. The crabs are still in them. They can't bring down the work of Christ. See, Christ gets us out of the bucket. The crabs stay in it. All right. So I can't even give them that much credit. You know what I mean? Because they can't pull us into their fray. Right? We're working. Day of Atonement coming up. Hey, the Most High is doing what he's doing. We got the Feast of Tabernacles. Oh, yeah, real quick. In the elders meeting, we announced today that the new year will be March 4th. That's the new year, the new moon that transitions winter to spring. And the Passover. The Passover, let me give it to you real quick. Let me put it up here. There will be an update. The Passover will be in Augusta, Georgia. Okay. Augusta, Georgia. And let me pull up the map here. Right. So, Friday the 17th. Friday the 17th to Saturday the 18th sundown. Passover. That Friday we'll have communion with all of the leaders and everyone. And this time we're going to have a full musical concert for the congregation that's there Friday night, praising the Almighty. And then in the midst of that, we'll take communion. And then Saturday will be the big production. And of course, Sister Shirley does what she does. It's going to be a great play, I know. And hey, we're going to try to, if we can, make it a 3-day event for those who are still there Sunday. Probably go out to a park, put some food together, and just end it, in the glory of the Most High, right there. Heavenly people doing heavenly things. So that's right. So there are your dates. You'll soon see those dates, brothers and sisters, on thegatheringofchrist.org. Go there. You'll see the date soon put up there for you. Okay. So here it is. Go over the GOCC Media. Hope to see you over there, elders, and give them heaven.
Yes, sir. Make sure y'all all subscribe to the new GOCC Media page, and yeah, we'll see you over there at 8:30. Peace and blessings.
8:30, we began talking preparation with the nation. Hold tight. Shalom. Hold up. Before you go, I'm going to get with the brethren with the cameras, elders, because we may, right? I'm going to see, fingers and toes crossed right here. I'm going to see if we can film the video bye-bye at Tabernacles. Bye-bye. We're working on it because we're going to need that whole camaraderie in the wilderness, because we're going to be in the wilderness, once Israel leave these other areas, like it says in Isaiah 11, the chapter, and go into the wilderness. We're going to leave these areas and go into the wilderness that we were before at Mount Sinai. And that's when we're going to say bye-bye. So the Tabernacles might be the right set for that. For those who don't know, let me play a little bit of bye-bye to let people so they can hear what to expect.
I've been waiting for a better day. Devil, get out our way. Jacob strong, and we're on our way home.
We're on our way home.
All these obstacles in front of me. Been blind, but now we see. Oh, and now we're flying on our way to Zion. Oh, bye-bye. So long to Babylon, we made it home. Bye-bye. Oh, glory to our King, he got the throne. Bye-bye. And the judgment has been said, he pulled us through. Bye-bye. I said bye-bye. Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye. Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye. There was no doubt, hey, said there was no doubt if we fought we could win it. Now that we're here, saints marching in kingdom, now we're in it. Babylon has gone away. We've been waiting for this day, and now we're flying on our way to Zion. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Babylon, we made it home. Bye-bye. Oh, glory to our
Bye-bye.
King, he got the throne. Bye-bye. And the judgment has been said, he pulled us through. Bye-bye. I said bye-bye. And now we're here. It's time to give glory to the God who shed our tears. Right now and right here, you showed us the way, and we've been waiting on this day. The fall of Babylon.
Fall of Babylon.
Oh, adios, bye-bye, bye-bye. To Babylon we made home. Bye-bye. Oh, glory to our King. Bye-bye. In the judgment.
Well, that's it on that. Oh, yeah, I'm over here jamming. Praise
Say hi.
the Most High. Elders, man, what a journey. What a journey.
Hey, you know I'm performing this past, so I got Malak with me now back. So get ready.
Oh, you're going to be before. Oh,
Oh, yeah.
So Saturday, and we're gonna praise the Most High. We're gonna have you, Malak, live. Oh my goodness, this may be one of the Passovers of all Passovers. Quadam. I'm excited. Oh, yeah. I'm excited. Yo, oh man, you see that change up on. I'm still here.
yeah, that's hard. Yo, yeah.
Glory to the God who shed our tears. that change hit them. They weren't expecting that thing to come right there.
Yes, sir.
Elders, I really appreciate it. We got 9 minutes before we get to GOCC Media. That's enough of me, jumping into your time. I'm going to put GOCC Media here. Where you at? 1 second. Dun, ding, ding. It's time to give glory to the God who shed our tears. Hey, right now and right here. All right, 1 second. Oh, I'm going to play that as soon as I get off here. I'm going to jump in with y'all, check y'all out. I'm going to be seeing y'all. But GOCC Media, brothers and sisters, it continues. Hold on. Go there now. GOCC Media. And eventually, as you can see with the elders dealing with the preparation and all that, one day we're going to say together, we were out throughout the four corners of the earth before, elders. And one day we're going to say bye-bye. And guess what? It's going to be the last time. So,
yes, sir.
Oh, yeah. So, shalom. May the Most High be with you. And keep in mind the Most High is calling back Israel. Shalom. I see you over in GOCC Media, elders.
Yes, sir.
Shalom.
Yes, sir. All right. Shalom.
Y'all have a wonderful broadcast. And give our people the information they need tonight to prepare. All right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Shalom.
Shalom.
All right. See y'all tomorrow night, sir. Also, we're going to be here tomorrow night, brothers and sisters, 6:30. Want to see you there. Shalom.